Okie dokie. Hi guys, welcome back. I know it has been a big fat minute since I've posted a video. The reason I have been out for a couple of months is because my family and I dealt with the most horrible thing, the most saddening thing. So many mosquitoes. I'm scared to be outside, but I figured since, it's a nice afternoon, it looks nice, it would be a good time to film. But I'm definitely gonna regret this because of the mosquitoes. Basically, my grandma has passed, and I don't know if you guys remember, I've mentioned her to you guys a couple of times. Basically, she had a very difficult situation. The main thing was diabetes, which carried over to a bunch of other issues. She basically had diabetes, kidney failure, high blood pressure. She got both of her legs amputated, and her heart was slowly starting to give up. The doctors had already given us notice that her time was coming, but we just didn't expect it to be as soon as it was. My family and I went through that. Very saddening, very shocking. We definitely weren't expecting it, so it hit us as only you can imagine how hard it hit us. I have not said these words out loud to someone that isn't, my family or my boyfriend or whoever went through it with me. So saying it out loud for the first time was very, very difficult. So with my grandma's passing, it definitely hit me so hard. It has given me a whole new wave of anxiety, to the point that I have become fearful that if I let it, overcome and hit me, I'm fearful that I'm going to end up in the hospital. So in order to stop that, I have had to get out of the house. I've had to make plans with friends, with my boyfriend, or do whatever I can to just get out, because unfortunately the anxiety was happening inside the house. There was so much negative energy within the family because we're all going through our own grief and trying to cope as much as possible in whatever way that we can. And between all of us in the house, we have our different ways of coping, and some ways that we've been coping, it hasn't worked out with the way someone else is coping. So basically, there's just been a lot of negative energy in the house, and it was gaining up on me and causing my anxiety to just become this whole whirlwind. I was just going through so many different emotions at the same time. So the negative energy that was in the house and the energy within myself and the anxiety I had was just not a good combination. So it made me fearful that I was going to end up in the hospital. So in order to prevent that, I basically have been trying to get out of the house and just, try to do my own thing, cope in my own way. But at the same time, I also had my moments where I would break down, either in my room or at work. I had to leave work a few times because it was not working. The anxiety was just kicking me in the ass. But slowly but surely, I am feeling myself getting a little better. I think I just have the mentality that my grandma does not want me to be crying anymore. She doesn't want me to be sad. She would want me to live my life, to continue living my life and having fun more than anything. So I've basically been keeping that mentality with me, and I feel like that is kind of helping me cope, as well as deal with the grieving. So you know, that's kind of what I'm sticking with. I kind of feel like I'm too close to the camera, so I'm sorry if I'm like in your face. But I'm here now. I'm taking it one day at a time. Of course, I'm not gonna say that I'm 100% better, because I'm not, but I'm trying, you know, taking little baby steps to get back on my feet again, to be like 100% complete. Not complete, but you know, to feel better. I don't have words right now, I'm sorry. Not being in front of the camera for a couple of months does a lot. But yeah, guys, that's basically the doozy of why I haven't posted, why I disappeared basically. My grandma was a beautiful person. She had such a big heart. She was just so amazing. It saddens me to know that she isn't here anymore, but at the same time I have relief that she's now resting. She's now at peace. She doesn't have to fight anymore. You know, she fought as long and as hard as possible, so now that she's resting, that is just what I am, you know, relieved about. She doesn't have to suffer anymore. There's no more pain, and she lives through us, you know, through her family. We have little things here and there that symbolize my grandma. One thing in particular, she absolutely adored butterflies. Every little thing about them. Anytime she saw like a portrait of a butterfly, or she saw one flying around, she would be like, ay, mi mariposa, que bonita, things like that. So we have little things in the house that pretty much symbolize my grandma and her butterflies. I myself have these butterfly earrings that I wear every day to have her with me all the time. I also have a necklace, but I didn't put it on today. But I do carry that necklace with me every day as well. One beautiful thing actually is there's a beautiful, beautiful monarch butterfly that just always stops by our house. We have a little tree. Let me show you guys. We have a tree right there, and the monarch will just come and start flying around the tree. So we basically see it like my grandma is stopping by to say hi. So yeah, there's like little things here and there. Let me fix you guys. So yeah, there's little things here and there that symbolize my grandma. And yeah, she's deeply missed, but definitely never will be forgotten. So yeah, I really do want to thank you guys for being patient with me, for not posting since my last video of mine and Alan's anniversary trip. Literally shortly after that trip and after that video was posted was when everything went downhill. So yeah. I thank you guys so much for being patient. Another thing I should probably mention, I know if you guys saw her roaming around, but this is our family dog. Her name is Mariposa. Say hi! Who's that? Oh my goodness! So yeah, we got a family dog. Her name is Mariposa, and we got her shortly after my grandma's passing, and we named her to symbolize my grandma. Not to symbolize my grandma, but after something that my grandma absolutely adored. Oh my lord, I need to catch my breath. She is heavy. But when we got her, she was not this big. Look at how big she is right now. She's like half of me. But when we got her, she was smaller. So she has grown a ton in this last month, huh? Yeah, she is 4 months. Last we checked, she was like 23 pounds, so she's a big baby, but she is She's an American Pit Bull Terrier. We actually were supposed to get her sometime in March, but because everything happened with my grandma, we had to put it on hold, and thankfully the guy we got her from was willing to hold her until we were ready to get her. It was such a big help. He gave us like all these tips and what to feed her specifically for her breed, and he was just all in all just very helpful. But let me tell you guys, she was definitely a blessing. We trip out because the day that we got her, that we went to go pick her up, my mom had already agreed that she was gonna name her Mariposa. And so when we were on the way to go pick her up, the street that the guy lived on was called Mariposa Avenue. So it was just something small that we were kind of like, hey, is that a sign or is that a sign, you know? Something we trip about till now, because it's just like, wow. She's our little blessing. She's a menace, but of course she's puppy, so she's gonna have that little terrible puppy ears. My camera is starting to heat up, so I guess that means that is it for this video. Thank you guys once again for being patient with me. I don't know when the next video is gonna come up, but I will try to get the next one out for you. I love you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one, hopefully sometime soon. Bye guys.